Jill, what does level up mean to you?
Wow. Level up means a lot to me. Lots of lots of different reasons as to why it means lots of different things. So I've made friends that I didn't know I needed. I was quite happy with my friendship group. And obviously being quite busy with work, like we don't have loads of time to be out and about, but I've just made the best friends. So like that's a great one for me. It's given me consistency in lots of aspects of my life with regards to my eating. I mean, we'll probably talk about it in a minute, but my eating habits were atrocious. So it's now given me that platform that I can, even if I don't track things, I have that knowledge of roughly, and it's roughly, how much that meal is going to be, and should I have that after, or I can make those decisions now. So it's definitely given me that platform to be able to eat healthily and enjoy all the foods that I like, and to not overindulge as well, and that's really important. It's given me a new love for the gym. Something which I have enjoyed the gym in the past, but I've never been to a commercial gym. It's always been classes, functional fitness classes. So I've really enjoyed that, getting into the gym, and just walking in now, and I feel like I own it when I go in. So yeah, happy with that, and never get nervous going to the gym. Never do something and think, oh God, someone's watching me, and feel embarrassed about what I've done, whatever it could be. Even when I'm doing deadlift, and I'm no, not deadlift, hip thrust, and I'm videoing myself, and I sit there and look back at the video and realise that I've split my leg in. So and I don't care. I don't. So what, But that was quite funny. So yeah, it's just given me a huge confidence in those aspects of my life, probably where I lacked confidence, because I am a confident person, but probably in those areas I wasn't confident. And I know when I joined Level Up, it took me 6 weeks to go to the gym. I'd be like, yeah, I've signed up. Well, I had signed up, but just didn't go. So yeah, so and now I'm consistently going. The last couple of weeks haven't been as great. It's only been 2 or 3 times, but consistently been going 4 times a week. So that's good for me.
The fact you just went, I've only been 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, like, I know, and that's nuts, isn't it?
Yeah,
I know, and obviously, like, my running is kind of, not taking it out of me, because it's definitely not taking it out of me, but it's kind of, it does take over a little bit. It's a lot of time that, when you're already quite busy, to plan in those runs, and okay, it's only 2 runs a week, but, it's still, it's time out. So, yeah, so it is consistent.
So let's rewind then. So you joined at the end of 2023, didn't you? September, October time. What was life like for you before then?
So with regards to my health and fitness, yeah, so literally, like, I have done every diet, as you know, like every diet. And I suppose I lost weight on all of them. And literally, I'd go out for dinner with my friend Sarah, and I'd be like, oh, I've signed up to this thing. She's like, oh my God, how much have you spent? And yeah, literally, it was like I would see her every couple of months for dinner, and I would be on a new diet. It really was that bad. One of the diets I signed up to was, I won't say the name, but they send you food, and I was like, this is brilliant, this is what I need, because I need my own chef in my house. So actually, if I sign up to this and they're sending me my 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, I cannot fail. So you would think you can't fail when your food is all prepared. Well, I literally did, because the food was going out of date and I wasn't eating it, and it was just a fad. I seem to do these fad diets, I'm on them and all out for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then I just get bored. And Sarah would come around to my house and open the cupboard. She's like, all that food's in there. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to eat it. I then did another diet, which was great. She's like, right, you don't need any more than 600 calories a day. So, I had little knowledge that obviously, I just thought, well, 600 calories a day, wow, I am going to be super skinny.
I'm in for a treat.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to be like the size of that light over there. And I did lose weight, but I was hungry, bizarrely.
Really?
And I said, on my evening meals, can I add some veg? And she'd be like, yeah, be careful though. Be careful adding veg because that will up your calories. And don't have peas. Do not add peas. I love peas, and peas are so good for you. They've got so much nutrition in them, and I couldn't have peas because they're too sweet. So I was allowed some carrots and some broccoli, and that was it.
Wow.
Yeah. And if I had a week where maybe I only lost, because I lost a couple of stone. I lost half a stone in the first 10 days, and I was like, this is brilliant. This is the best diet ever. And but knowledge is a powerful thing, isn't it? And I didn't have it. I literally felt I was being brainwashed into that. And then I did all the ones which are advertised on TV that we all know about, and and I was going wrong with my bananas, putting them in smoothies, and I was putting weight on. I didn't know that you shouldn't put them in a smoothie. But that I've had 20 odd years of that, and so and I don't want to talk too much about my age. However, that's like been ingrained in you for years and years and years. So no one can suddenly come along and say, forget all of that and do that, because you're programmed. So it's taken time to change. And now I just look back at it and just, it is experience, isn't it? I don't, regret it because I've done it and it's given me experience, but I've wasted a lot of time and a lot of money. You put something, I think, on Instagram, how much money have you spent? And it's like, you didn't go high enough for me. You literally didn't go high enough. But one of the things that I never really did over the last 20 years, apart from the last maybe 3 or 4 years, was go to the gym. I didn't need to go to the gym. I didn't think I needed to go to the gym. I thought I'd just do it with food, because I know if you want to lose weight, the main thing is your eating. So that's why I tried to do everything with my eating and not my exercise. And I ran a bit and then stopped running, and then would run again and then stop running. The trouble is, when you do that, when you then go out for your first run, you do that 1 kilometre and it's hideous, isn't it? It really is hideous. Even now, and I think I'm fairly fit, that first kilometre is hideous. And I think most of us could give up, in that first kilometre. If someone was there with some cash saying, do you want to stop? Literally, yeah. So life before Level Up was just a whirlwind of going round and round and round on, like a train, and just couldn't get off, or to find anything that suited me. There's lots of diets out there which suit certain people, and that's fine, but nothing suited me, or I didn't stick to it. And I think that has obviously been my issue in the past, is that I don't stick to things. So hence why now, some people might say, well, a year and a bit later, why are you still on Level Up? Well, I need that accountability. I enjoy it. Why not? Why not? So, and most of the time, I'm pretty on point with it.
You are. Yeah. You definitely are. Yeah. I think that's a really good point as well. You said about, like, someone saying to you, why are you still here? Because 18 months, if someone hears this, they're like, 18 months? Like, I want a result in 12 weeks. Yeah. But that's why it never worked for you, because you were looking for those quick fixes initially. Exactly. Whereas you actually needed to build the habits that continue to build over time, but also we're trying to undo 20 years of being fed all of this rubbish from other diets and other places that have built the habits that you did have 18 months ago. We're trying to undo that and build these new habits.
Exactly.
Where are you now? 18 months later, what has happened in that period of time?
So if I look back to when I joined Level Up and you said to me, what do you want to get out of this? I probably wrote down, because we did write things down, didn't we? So I probably wrote down, I want to be a size 8 and I want a 24-inch waist, and and that's what I want to be, really toned and have a six-pack and all of that. So fast forward 18 months, and actually it isn't about that. I'm the fittest, and I'm the fittest that I've ever been, I would say. My running is the best it's ever been. Okay, I've done a half marathon before, but I did it with rubbish training, and my knees I think I got to 15 kilometres in the half marathon. I had to stop and nearly collapse into a car because my knees just literally gave out. It was horrible. But I literally haven't had any knee pain, so that's been good. What was the question?
Where are you at right now?
Where am I at right now? So that's where I was going to. So I'm probably the fittest I've ever been. I've lost weight. I've not lost huge amounts of weight, but I'm happy with how I am, and I think that's the most important thing, because I think we think, oh well, if I am that size 8 and if I am 100% toned as you have in your head, I'll be happy. But I don't know if that makes people happy. I am genuinely happy where I am now, and so that, because I'm eating well, I'm exercising well, and that obviously comes out in your home life as well, so it just makes you a better person. I don't think I was a bad person to be around before, but I'm probably a better person to be around. I don't get tired like I used to. I mean, I do get tired, but I don't get as tired like I used to. And my day's just filled with work, exercise, whatever. It's filled. So yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you are busy in your life. You run businesses, like you are non-stop. Whenever we ask you what you're doing, it is normally like changeovers. I know,
So really busy. And like Sunday was a really busy day. It was rubbish weather. I didn't get outside for a walk on Sunday, and I hit 15,000 steps in the house just doing stuff. So that's a lot of steps. I was up at 6:30, and I don't think I sat down on the sofa till about 7:45, something like that. So I've got a party this weekend, so I was busy getting ready for that. But so my days are they are busy and they're active. And like sometimes I might see like, oh, someone's on like, maybe they've got to do 7,000 or 8,000 steps a day. I'm like, oh, that must be really nice to be able to do that. And then I'm like, quite often I've done that by mid-morning.
It's fair to say it's like part of your life now, isn't it? Like the steps, absolutely, everything you do, it's not a case
it becomes natural.
I've got to do it. This is now a get to
exactly it. It is. It does become natural to do it. And like anyone, there are days when I don't hit my steps, and I can I haven't hit my steps today, and it can be annoying. I'm like, well, probably tomorrow I'll do a few extra, but I don't beat myself up about it. Life is life, isn't it? I do what I can do, and if most of the time you're doing the do, then the odd occasion when you don't do it, it's not the end of the world, which I know you talk about a lot anyway. But I try to do it, but just sometimes it doesn't quite get there.
And if you told Jill 18 months ago that, she would have been like, what? Like, I've got a day where I'm not hitting something, that must mean I failed.
Exactly. I think I'm quite chilled with it now. There probably have been times where you can get a little bit stressed about it, and probably when you're learning is probably the hardest thing, and getting organised with food prep. But I think the more you relax into it, then the easier it becomes, for sure.
I think one of the biggest changes I've seen in you is you made the point about it that the scales haven't changed drastically.
No,
you look so different.
I know, and that's bizarre, isn't it? That is bizarre. There's a few photos I've got. So like I've been looking through photos to organise for my party, and there's like I'm like, oh, I'm thinner there. Oh yeah, I've put a bit of weight there. Oh yeah, I'm thinner, and literally that is like, it's up and down all the time. But a photo that was taken of me in August 2023, and I put that next to a photo of me now, and it's completely different. It's completely different. But I did on you'll laugh at this. So when I joined and I put my weight, and I didn't put my weight in right. I didn't want you to know like and I think that was always been a lot of my things. Like I wasn't like truthful with my weight or what I was eating before. So kind of like my weight has dropped a little bit more than probably what you even know.
I've not heard this before.
No, I know, and that's because like, and I know when I started, like the first few months on Level Up, and I didn't put my weight, and I'd be like, oh, it's not really changed. I'll put it in that it's changed. You can get that cushion and throw it at me. But that's I don't know why I did that. I probably because I just I was like I wanted the scales to move more than what they had, and I thought, well, if I just put it in, and I must have been thick because I was like, well, they're gonna know, and then there was a point where I was like, right, I've got to put this in right, and it was before Christmas 2023. I was like, I've got to put this weight in right, and I did, and then it's always been right since.
I was about to ask that. I didn't know whether we'd have to do this conversation off camera or not. But maybe the way to look at that is actually how much you've grown as a person, because that is actually such a normal thing, because it's not just then lying to me and Heather about it. It is lying to yourself about it, isn't it? It's almost like if I don't tell them the full truth, I'm not accepting the full truth myself.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I don't have to worry about it. Whereas now, if I know you are being serious what you say, like you're open and honest about it, that's because you can look and go, I'm doing all that I can. Like I'm actually doing the work.
I also think that like with my age, I was like, this should be easy. I should know what I'm doing. But the fact, and then I would see people at half my age, I was like, why is it working for them and it's not, it's not working for me? Well, if it's not working for you, then you're not working it right. You're not doing it right, and it's as simple as that. And I think sometimes we do overcomplicate it. But I think in my head, I was like, oh well, if I put that in a bit lighter, that will make me feel better.
Wow, there you go though, lesson learned, and
exactly.
Like here you are, and same as all the diets that you tried for the past 20 years, like you were meant to do that because that was teaching you a lesson about something, and that's helped to get you to this point right now. Yeah,
absolutely. And it's also, it's not just changed me, it's like my kids. I mean, Alex is always eating healthy and what he should be eating anyway, but it certainly had an effect on Katie. But obviously, Andrew's getting better meals. I really don't know what I cooked before Level Up, but I don't know. We definitely ate a lot of processed food, like stuff that was quick, because we would be, and obviously with my in-laws living with us now, I have to be organised. It can't be 5 o'clock and everyone's like, what's for dinner? I'm like, oh, I've absolutely no idea, and there's nothing in the fridge. It can't be like that. We must have just eaten processed meals, because it would be 5, 6 o'clock and be like, what's for dinner? Like, I don't know. And then would get something out of the freezer. So it's not just had an impact on me, it's had an impact on everyone. And like, we did eat veg before, but no one really particularly liked veg. And then maybe, I would do one meal where I do like 4 different veg, and I think that's it, I don't need to do any more now. Even though I know we need to eat our 5 a day. So like now, there's generally there's always a minimum of 2 veg, there's generally 3 or 4. So, and we have a roast every Sunday, which we didn't do before, and that's and that's good for everyone, because everyone likes that, and it's a healthy meal, to be fair. So I've got my love for cooking back again, which is bizarre since I trained as a chef. So everyone thinks you should love it. I didn't. I fell out of love with it, because when you have younger children and one of them eats anything that's put in front of them and one of them doesn't, it gets a little bit awkward, and then you can be suddenly you're making 4 different meals. Or 3 different meals. I'd be making something for Alex and I, and Andrew and Katie would be having something different. And that also that actually does get stressful, because your kitchen's turning into a bit of a fast food restaurant. I mean, it feels a bit like a restaurant now, but it's not fast food. In fact, sometimes it's quite slow, and they're like, how long? So it's actually been better for us all around. And I joined Level Up just before the in-laws moved in with us, so I'd actually got into the habits of actually always having fresh meat and veg and potatoes or pasta or whatever. So it wasn't that they moved in with us and suddenly it's like, Christ, I can't give them a frozen chicken burger or chicken nuggets or whatever. So yeah, it's been good all round.
And that's the important part, is like, this isn't just impacting you now, is it? This is impacting all of your family.
Yeah.
And you said about you just feel like you're a nicer person to be around. Well, also you're now the person that's helping other people without probably realising that you're doing it, because like you said, you can't give them, like Andrew's parents, processed food, so the fact that you're now not doing that yourself is going to have a massive knock-on impact. Yeah, exactly. That's mad when you're helping other people. You don't realise you're helping other people. So yeah, that's a good position to be in. I think it's because it's a bit of a taboo, isn't it? To like eat healthy. Like if you say to someone, "Oh, I'm not going to have a pudding whilst we're out for a meal," it's a bit like, "Oh, why aren't you doing that?" Or "I'm not going to drink." "Oh, why aren't you doing that?" When actually you're helping them by doing something that should be normal, but because of all of diet culture and social media, it's not a normal thing to do. Yeah, no, exactly.
I mean, you know, Sarah and I would go out and eat dinner regularly out, and we wouldn't really be too fussed where we would go. It'd probably be where she could get a blue light discount. But like now, if we go out for dinner, it would be like, where can we go that's healthy? So she's like really invested in it as well. So that's been really good, because I know you talk about and other girls talk about, you know, friends that aren't supportive, and I've never had that. So they are so supportive, and even I think as I've got older, I don't really drink very much. I've never been a home drinker. I only drink when I go out with friends. And I would say in the last 2 years that I haven't drunk nowhere near as much alcohol as what I was drinking before. But you know, me and my friends, we're happy to go out now and just have Coke Zeros, you know. So that's a huge change. I was talking to a friend the other day, and I don't see her that often. She lives in London, and she was like, "What, you don't drink now?" I was like, and I was like, "No, she's really boring now." She's like, "Yeah, but we used to drink and then take lampshades off of lamps and then put them on our heads and dance around the lounge." Like, yeah, I don't really do that anymore. I'm just looking at your lampshade.
I don't have any.
Do that.
Right, insert clip of Jill with a lampshade on her head.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's true, isn't it? Like how much of your life just changes.
Yeah.
Without, like, it's probably fair to say when you joined in 2023, you didn't have that in your mind. Like that wasn't the thing.
No,
that you
not
thought.
at all.
It was just, I want to lose weight and get.
I didn't want to be part. I didn't realise I needed to be part of a community, and I can remember putting a couple of things on the chat, and that felt really awkward, putting things on and having a few responses. I will say the chat's different now, and it's so friendly. I mean, it's always been friendly, but it's like everyone's there, everyone's got your back, and it's great, you know. And whatever question anyone has, literally just put it in there, and it's not always health and fitness related, is it? It can be all aspects of life, and there will be, because there's so many people on there, there will be someone that will have an answer for you. So yeah. It's just reaching out, and I think that takes time to be able to do that. So yeah, I didn't need that in 2023. I don't need that. I just want to lose weight, you know. And then all the other things, just, you know, they gradually, you know, you get on board with it, and then you join in, and it just becomes, you know, normal. Like Saturday morning run club, like it's a normal thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? And like, but if we'd said that to you even 12 months ago,
yeah, no, I'd be like, no, yeah, absolutely.
You're gonna run on 8 a.m. for fun on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, and it feels like there's not been many run clubs that I've missed. I've literally been to most of them, and then I was like, even Alex is coming home this weekend. He's like, "So run club Saturday?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know, Alex. I'm going to have a lot to do on Saturday." "Yeah, Mum, you need to go to run club. It's only half an hour." And I was like, "Geez." And then, so I was like, so probably I will be there.
Perfect, because I was going to say, you literally told me the other day you're not coming.
No, well, I'd had in my head that I won't have time to go, but it's 8 a.m, isn't it? So, yeah.
You'll be starting on the Prosecco at 8 a.m, is that your thoughts? You can bring it with you whilst you run. Okay. That's fine. But that's another change, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, just all these. I feel like sometimes you just have to say this stuff out loud to be like,
yeah,
all of these things have actually changed, because for you
to realise how far you've come.
Yeah, because it's your norm now. It's what you do without even thinking about it most of the time. For anyone listening right now that's like on the edge of joining, what would be the 3 things that you would say to them that you think would get them over the line? Like, why should they actually join?
So, firstly, there must be a reason as to why they're even looking into it. You know, if someone's totally happy with their health and fitness journey, then they're not even going to be looking at joining. So there has to be something that's going on as to why they're looking at it. So I think really they need to sit down and think, well, I do need help with my food, or I do need help with my gym workouts, or if I want to progress running. So firstly, ask themselves, why were they even looking? Secondly, you will literally make the friends that you didn't know you need. And that's like quite a big part now. But again, that's quite difficult for someone that's, that this is going to be a bit alien to. They'll be like what I was 18 months ago, like, well, I don't need that. Well, you don't know you need it, but the reality is you probably do. And the third would be because what someone might be thinking, well, can I do this on my own? Can I just go and join a gym? Can I just go and run? And there's loads of stuff online. And I think that's a big issue, that there's so much about health and fitness online that, one person saying this and someone saying this, and it's sometimes difficult to know, what road to go down. So I think, I've forgotten what I was going to say then.
About different things online.
So I know what I was going to say. I was going to talk about the financial aspect of it. So they might be thinking, well, actually, I could just join a gym for £25 a month, so I don't need to spend X amount of pounds on having a coach. But the reality is, the coach is the only way that is going to get them to where they need to be. And as I know you said before, look at the money that they're spending out. Everyone can cut back on things, and they might think they can't, but I took my in-laws to Costa the other day, and 3 coffees and 2 slices of cake, because I didn't have cake, was 18 quid, and we didn't need that, but we had it because it was just a treat. But there will be people that will be getting 2, 3, 4 Costas or Starbucks a week, and before you know it, you will get the money to do it if money is an issue for someone going forward with Level Up. So they will be able to cut back on things, and eating better, buying better food will probably save them money on their shopping, because processed food, or even things like chocolate crisps, all the things that we like to snack on, they're expensive and we don't need them. And I love it every week when I pile the bananas up, bearing in mind there's 5 people in our house that have a banana a day. Literally, it's like I'm going to feed a bunch of apes. And Andrew and I always guess how much are these bananas going to be, because it's like they're falling off the scales, and it's so cheap. Like, we spend like £4 on bananas, and literally we nearly get hundreds of bananas. So good food generally is cheaper. So if someone's really wanting to invest in themselves, they'll find a way to be able to do it.
That's what it comes down to, isn't it? Like, finding a way. Because
and do you want to do it?
Exactly. Everyone's got reasons why they shouldn't do something, or why they can't do something. But if you constantly focus on that, you will never do anything in life.
No, exactly.
You'll always stay stuck where you are.
Yeah, exactly.
This has been great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's all right. Enjoyed it.